Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Catlyn and I do motherhood and lifestyle videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And today I'm going to be doing a dollar store wreath and also a dollar store sign. And I'm just going to be using some things that I found at the dollar store in order to make a super awesome wreath and a super awesome sign. So as you can see here, I took a pool noodle and I put some floral wire through it in order to make the shape that it was. And the floral wire worked really well in my opinion. I would totally use it again. It helped give the shape of the pool noodle and the wreath. So I got the green burlap and it didn't cover the entire wreath. If I could go back, I would probably get another one, but I didn't really find it a big deal. I still think that the wreath turned out really nice. So after I put that on, I started putting on the reindeer moss as you see here and just hot gluing it in pieces and spreading it out throughout the whole pool noodle and covering up a majority of what you will see when you hang the wreath up.
Make you forget all your sorrows, let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibe.
I think that the most important parts to cover are really the front, the inside, and the sides. I didn't honestly cover much on the sides, but if you want to cover all the way down to the back, you can. I find that when you have the moss spread out and the flowers on the wreath, it pretty much hides anything that you haven't covered.
If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes.
And as you can see here, I'm just shaking off the excess. This was just to make sure that all of the loose pieces were off of the wreath. That way they didn't fall all over my floor.
Time, count on me.
And as you can see here, the moss is all complete and covered the entire wreath. And you can tell that the green pool noodle really doesn't show through. That's why I got the green one. So it kind of blended in a little bit better. And with the flowers, you just take whatever flowers that you have and glue them into whatever kind of pattern fits your house and your style the best. I just really liked these yellow and white flowers with a little bit of the baby breath in there. I think that it really matches my vibe for my house that I'm going for, and I love the way that it turned out. So with these flowers, I am just cutting off at the very base of the stems where the plastic goes from really thick to pretty thin in the stems. That way I can actually poke the flower into the pool noodle as well as hot glue it, so I make sure that it stays in there. And these flowers that you see me putting on at the top here are actually to conceal where there is a gap in the top, and when I have it hanging up, you can't even see the gap at the top.
But sometimes you can't handle your emotions, and I guess that's okay. Met you at a time when I was so low, went from just talking to taking you home. I don't wanna go back to who I used to be, so if you ever leave me,
And as you can see here, I set it up, I propped it up against the wall to kind of get a good look at what it would look like hanging up, and just filled in all of the blank spots with more moss or flowers if needed. Here I am taking the little sign that I got the centerpiece out of and sanding it down just a little bit to make sure that the chalk paint has something to grip onto. And here I am just painting the sign with that chalkboard paint. I started out using this paintbrush, and quickly realized that that was very streaky, so I started using this little foam brush and just dabbing it in there, and I think it turned out way better this way, at least for the inside. And you can see here that the sides are all painted as well. I actually used the paintbrush in order to paint the sides, and I'm just taking a piece of twine and putting it in the little hook that would generally attach to the wall, and putting a piece of twine through it. And then I'm hanging it inside of the wreath, so it's hanging into the center of the wreath when it's hanging up. And you guys can see my little kiddos here running around. They were having fun upstairs with me. So that's how the sign turned out. I think the sign turned out really nice and gave another layer to this wreath. And then you can see here that I'm hanging it up on the door, and I'll just give you a little pan of how it looks. And I think this wreath turned out amazing. If you guys try this wreath, please tag me. I would love to see your creations. Alright guys, next we're going to be working on this sign. First I started out by taking out the twine at the top of the sign to make sure that I didn't get any chalkboard paint on top of it. And then I will just be taking my sanding block and sanding it down really, really well. The glitter was kind of hard to get off of this sign, but you can do it. It just takes a little bit more time. And I did end up using the bristled paintbrush on this one. I think that it worked a little bit better for this sign specifically. So I ended up doing about 3 coats of the chalkboard paint on this sign to get a really good coverage, and I also painted the sides as well so that they didn't look out of place. And I do want to let you know that if you get a sign like I did, I can still see the outlines of the words. When you write something over it, it kind of blends in, and when it's in natural lighting, it doesn't look as bad, like not so harsh of lighting. But I did just want to let you know that that is something to look for. So now you just see me writing out the words "Hello Spring" on the sign. This is chalkboard paint, so you are able to erase and write something new every season. And then I just took some of the flowers from my Dollar Tree haul and put a few in the corner and a few at the top. I didn't want to make it super busy.
But they can even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Ooh, getting caught in the mist is so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game and we ride on.
Alright guys, and here is the finished product. I think that this sign turned out so good, and I am so excited to see your creations. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified every time that I upload a new video. I'll talk to you guys soon.